Okay. Hello, everyone. Hello. I am live. Hello, everyone. Oh my goodness, what a crazy day already. We are going live. I think we're live. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, I think we're live. So we're going with it. We're going to see how this rolls out. I am trying something new. Welcome to the High Vibe Dog group. I decided today that I was going to, last minute, by the way, decided that I was going to go live this first day to kind of go over things. And I was going to go live on Instagram and on my profile and on YouTube as well. So we're going to try something new. I'm seeing if this is actually going to work or not. So we're seeing. So if not, then we will revamp our situation. But I think it's working. I have somebody checking on me to make sure that it actually is working and that I am live everywhere. So if you didn't know me and you are wondering, who are you? I'm Lisa, and I have a dog business that I've had for probably about 12 years, if I'm honest. And I have had a variety of situations that I've come across. And in doing so, I had a beloved pup, which is why this group is named High Vibe Dog. She is or was my High Vibe dog. And it was the lessons I learned to get to the point to when she transitioned. And she died in middle of 23. And with that, she left me amazing lessons and a direction and a concentration to focus on, which was helping other dog mamas live holistically with their dogs. And how? That's the question. How? And are you doing everything that you possibly can? And by all the different clients that I've come across, I've discovered, without any fault of your own, because it's not taught. And the vets, even the vets don't even focus on this at all. So this is why it's my mission to focus on this and really help dog mamas learn about what it is to live holistically, how to do it, and what that actually means. It is a variety of different things. It's your lifestyle, it's your environment, it's what you use in the home, it's the food, it's the daily things that you do with them. All of these different things create a bond and a relationship. And my journey began with my boy Joey. I have an affinity for chow chows. I love them. They're amazing. And before I got my first one, I got a big book and I read it cover to cover to learn how they were different and how to be able to raise a beautiful boy. He was a boy, holistically. Well, actually back then, just to raise him in a manner that was good for him. I didn't know how to raise a chow. I had no idea what to do. And so off on a journey we went. Fast forward, we moved to California, and I was just using what you normally use around the house. And he started coming down with some skin problems, a little bit to start with, but it got so bad that the entire hair on his whole face come off. He had sores on his arms, on his paws, on his back. I couldn't figure out what it was. So through extensive vet visits and costs alike, and it all came back to he was allergic to the environment in which I was giving him. Now, I didn't know that. And I still didn't know at the time what that meant. But I listened to what the vet says, and they sent me to a clinic, and they pumped him full. They sent me to an animal hospital, actually an animal university that taught people how to become vets. And he was used as a guinea pig. And yeah, he was used as a guinea pig. I own that. I own that. And fast forward, he got cancer really bad. And I started communicating with a local pet store called Pets Naturally. And that's where the magic happened. She started educating me on holistic living for dogs and what that meant. And I started cleaning out his diet, doing everything I possibly could to eliminate the toxicity that he had in his body from all the poison that the vet school did and all the poison that I had done originally. And it was painful, but he transitioned at 8.5 years old of cancer. Over 50%, no, it's more than that actually, because I just did this, over 70% of our animals that make it past 10 will, unfortunately, all the statistics come back, get cancer from one form or another. And the more I looked into this, the more I discovered that it was how we were living. So fast forward, when I got 𝗬lie, I started being more conscious of this. And oh my God, the floodgates opened. And we went all in on holistic living and what that actually meant. It meant I hired a trainer to train me how to train her and what to do and how to do it. I worked on the connection that the two of us had. I didn't even need to, I knew what she needed. She was just, we were psychically connected. I didn't need a leash with her when we went out. She was so well behaved. She was non-reactive to dogs that were going ballistic, but if somebody got close, things changed. And so this was how I raised her. We took the same supplements. The house had 0 toxins and chemicals, and that was a hard one to get my head around and to look and find something that was actually good. And so by the time she transitioned in 2023, she was 12.5 years old. And I had learned how to do things differently. She did get a cancer, an external cancer. I had it removed. I didn't know. We didn't even know what it was, but they removed it. And then I started her on, was already on non-toxic cleaning and holistic living, and we couldn't figure out why she got it. But I talked to our vet, and it was the environment too, and it was pulling in stuff. And so I put her on a couple supplements, a couple things, and never had a problem with fatty lipomas, with anything ever again. And when she transitioned, the vets couldn't believe how well she was. Her eyesight was perfect. She had no arthritis. She moved amazingly. She could hear wonderfully. And her bone density was spot on. And it was because how I was raising her. And she was my high vibe dog. I used to always call her that. And so when I decided to focus on animals, it was that journey. Because I remember when I lost my boy, I was distraught and I didn't know what the heck was going on. So if I can educate you how to live more holistically and the things that are necessary to get started and to learn and make the path easier for you, that's what I'm all about. My vision is to raise the vibration of the planet one dog mama at a time and one pup at a time. And the only way I can do that is educating you and helping you and making it fun so that you can have a better, amazing life with your pup. And I can tell you when you do, and you start doing these things and start shifting how you do things in your home and the products that you use and what you do with them, you will be amazed at the relationship and the bond that you receive with your pup. You will find that a connection that I spoke with a lady recently, and she called it, first person that said this, 𝗬𝗎 was my soulmate. Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. Whew. And she said the same thing. And that's my goal, is to help build that bond with your pup so that you understand what's going on with them and you trust your instincts and what you're doing first and foremost. And everything else plays into it, but you trust what you feel is right, and you know what's right, and you look and you know how to research and you know how to learn. And that's what it's all about. So my live here today, I decided to go live in Instagram and all the platforms. So to get people an idea of what this group is about, I've just started it like about 2 months ago. And so I'm building it. And so you're my first event that's going to help me build a solid foundation, a fantastic community. And my goal is to, you tell me what you want, and I will make that content moving forward. But this week is all about giving amazing content, giving actionable things that you can do now to start shifting that and living more holistically with your pup. And it's all about the processes and what to look for as well. It's all of that. So today, everywhere, tomorrow onward, join the High Vibe Dog Facebook group, and then I'll let you in, and you will be able to be a part of the rest of the entire event. So without further ado, let's get on this topic today. This is going to be a little longer than normal just because of all the stuff that I wanted to go into and just give you a little bit of an idea of who I actually am and why I do this. I have a dog business as well, and I'm constantly watching and hanging out with and learning from our little fur babies. And it's such a blessing. I can't imagine that I get to do this. And my girl, she pushed me into it. And I was quite happy about that. I can't imagine doing anything else. So let's get started. So I have a little guideline here, so I kind of know what we're doing going forward. So you'll see me looking down from time to time. That's because I'm making sure I don't miss anything for you. So the idea here is elevating the bond with your pup through non-toxic living. That's where it begins. That's what we're going to talk about today. And just to kind of lead into this entire week, we have a week of amazing content, all in this form of resources, lives every day, posts, carousels, reels, stories, you name it. And it's all in the group. And my goal is probably to give you, it'll be too much value, but just to give you so much that you just feel so much more solid about like what to do and where to start. All right, so let's get to it. Why non-toxic living? Well, I think I answered that. Why? The importance of non-toxic living goes far beyond just what you use in your home. And it goes far beyond just that. It's the effects that it plays in our health. And even more importantly, our pups' health. They're much closer to the ground. They're on it 24/7. They're barefoot, and they breathe in everything in, and they have a tendency to pick things up in their mouth constantly. So when you're using toxins around the house, in the house, air fresheners, wall plug-ins, all of that is highly toxic. Now, it's highly toxic for us too. And we'll get into a lot more of that as the week goes on, but it's really toxic for them because their bodies are smaller. Their livers are taking it all on, and it can't process it. And what happens over time is it's toxic overload, and it builds up. Imagine putting a brick on your hand. That's not going to be a big deal. You put 10 bricks on your hand, that's going to hurt. That's what toxins do over time. It's not just one, but it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. All throughout your house, all over. The average human, now and the animals, think about this because it's human, so the animals are getting way more. The average human in a given day puts on over 356 toxins on their body and around them. Women, by 9 a.m. have already put on about 90 on their bodies, come in contact with. So, and the animals are right there with us the entire time. Kitty cats are extremely sensitive to heavy scents, and so many things are even more toxic to cats than it is to dogs, and different things. So it's just finding out those things for your pets, for you. And that's what this is all about. So it's just being very conscious of why a non-toxic holistic environment is going to play much, much better for you and for your pup. It's common toxins that you don't even think about that you use every day. Laundry soap. You know, what's in your laundry soap? If you looked at the ingredients, it's the household cleaners, Clorox. Oh my God, that's horrible. You put that on the floors. You're breathing that in. It's bringing it into your body. The pesticides from outside, herbicides, toxic plants. It's synthetic fragrances that are in everything. So my homework assignment for you today is just look in one thing. Go into your products in your house, pick them, any of them, laundry soap, you name it, and go look at the ingredients. And we'll get into a lot of the different ones as the week goes on. However, just look and see if it has fragrance in it. Fragrance. What is it? Where'd it come from? It's not real. It's a myriad of chemicals, a chemical cocktail put together to smell like something that they know you would like. That's pure toxic. And you're breathing it in. The animals are breathing it in. Dryer sheets. All of this is so toxic. So today, go look in your cabinets and around your house, in your body care products, your perfume, and name, fragrance, all of this, and look at it, and then post in the comments, like, how many times did you see fragrance in the products that you are currently using? Now, this may seem, yeah, I understand that, but it plays a bigger role because our pups trust us to take good care of them. And they trust us to make sure that we're doing our best. And so all of these little things start to break down that bond without you even realizing. When you're proud about what you do and you're happy that you know your pup's safe and you know everything that you're surrounding yourself with and your dog is safe, you feel different. And it builds that relationship and that connection even more. So that's why it's important. So let's go over some benefits of living non-toxically and holistically. So we're going to go over quite a few, actually. Going to go over three main benefits of actually living holistically and non-toxically. One, physical health, and that's both their health and our health. The average product has massive amounts of hormone disruptors. Now that's for us and for them. So you'll notice when you start switching things out, you'll notice fewer allergies. You'll have fewer allergies. Your pup will have fewer allergies, and you'll feel better. Two, breathing issues. It causes all sorts of respiratory problems, and it builds up over time as well. So that are, and it also, when you start switching to non-toxic cleaning and like looking at all the ingredients, and we're going to go into that too. I have been doing a lot of research and have discovered some really interesting things. So stay tuned later on this week because I've discovered some cleaners that are supposed to be clean and are supposed to be healthy, and they've been bought out. And I look at the ingredients and they're not so fantastic anymore. So there's all these different things that play into it that we take in. So physical health, and by switching also, it can reduce the risk of chronic illnesses and major diseases like autoimmune, like cancer. All of these things, you can lessen the severity of all of this just by using holistic products. And being conscious of on holistic, not only in your environment, but in like things that if they're to support them and their health as well. So physical health. Number two is mental well-being. It's going to lower your stress levels. more holistic lifestyle will. And it will help the quality of your sleep and theirs. So when it's much more of a peaceful environment, you'll sleep and feel better, and so will they. So that's mental well-being. And number 3 is it will build, as I said before, a stronger bond with you and your pup. So the idea is to start committing to a healthier lifestyle. You feel better. You feel more confident, and that's going to really strengthen and build that relationship with your pup. And it's going to enhance the trust and the connection through a safer environment as well. So the 3 benefits of a non-toxic lifestyle is physical health, mental well-being, and a stronger bond between you. Okay? So that is why it's important, why it's helpful. Now, I want to go over some practical tips and things to look for. Like, these are the things that we're probably going to be focusing a lot on this week, but we're just going to touch on them right now, and I'm going to give you some tips. Now, I'm trying to figure out how I can actually share, because I'm learning on doing this on the platform, actual documents and stuff. But there's going to be resources in the group. So I will make printable things that you can actually have and download, but I'm looking at having slides as well as the week goes on. So you just don't get my voice talking about it. You'll actually get visuals that you can see and write stuff down. So there's going to be a lot. So right now we're going to go over 5 major practical tips for non-toxic living and a healthier holistic lifestyle. Okay, number 1, this is obvious, is non-toxic cleaning. And this is, there's all sorts of chemical-laden products out there that you got to start looking and veering away from. That pretty picture of that pet on the box does not mean that it's safe. And so examples would be to, for instance, your laundry soap. What kind of soap do you use? What type of household cleaner? Is there bleach in your house? Clorox laying around? Lysol around the house? These are heavily toxic to your pup and you, and it builds up so much. And there's a lot of hormone disruptors in laundry soap, and also the dryer sheets are extremely toxic. Pop those out, throw in some wool dryer balls, and in place, you'll actually dry your laundry faster, and it's going to be safer for you. And as a bonus tip, you can put a few drops of essential oil, and I have some favorites, that on the laundry balls, and it will dry your clothes faster and they'll smell better. And it does not deteriorate the fabric as dryer sheets do, and traditional laundry soap does too. It just starts deteriorating the fabric faster at a faster rate because of all the chemicals in it. All right, number 2 is pest control, natural pest control. So looking, a good way would be to look at plants that deter pests, using plants around the area more, having more plants in your house, stuff like that. And diatomaceous earth is another one, and natural sprays. That's another one. And this goes with non-toxic cleaning as well. There's so many DIY. I've got a ton of recipes for all sorts of different DIY cleaning solutions that you can make. And again, all this is going to be going in the group. Lots of cleaning solutions and lots of options that you can use that's going to actually uplift you all instead of bring you down. So diatomaceous earth and natural sprays outside. Peppermint, for instance, is an amazing deterrent for pests in the house and outside the house. So that's a good one as well. And there's ways that we can use that. So this group is just going to be getting bigger and bigger. The more stuff I come across and find, the more it's going to be brought in there. But this is all going to we're just getting it going. Number 3 is healthy food choices. What are you feeding your pup? And the question next is, and I say this, would you eat it? Would you eat it? Is it the same thing all the time? Is it a major grocery store brand dog food, hard kibble? What are you feeding them? The importance of organic, grass-fed proteins, or free range, pasture raised proteins are paramount. Wild caught fish, paramount to a bag of pedigree. Dog chow, any Purina brands, Alpo brands, pedigree brands, all of these brands, a lot of them, actually all of them, are highly processed, have tons of meal and all kinds of different things in them that does not need to be in that food, and it is not nutritious. And it will actually cause your dog to age faster. So concentrating on the number one ingredient in the food that you feed them is a protein. No meal, no byproduct, the protein specific. Single proteins are far better. You could do like a fish and a meat, but overall single proteins are going to be better. And chicken has the most or the strongest issues with allergies because of how it's just processed, even higher quality chicken, and because it's in everything. And so animals gain an allergy for it a lot. So keep that in mind with that. Poultry, duck is okay. Turkey can be good. It just depends on that as well. But what are you feeding them? There's dry kibbles. There are freeze-dried foods. There's raw diet, air-dried. There's so many different options. Home-cooked. And then they have all these services now that you can get. So just look at what you're feeding them. And always ask the question, is it grass-fed? Is it organic? Because if it's not, all of those pesticides, all of that is in the meat and in your dog, and for you too. In that sense, when you shop, you're getting all of that in you. So we wonder why all of these different problems are happening. It's because of our food sources. You've just got to be a little bit more. We've all got to be a little bit more. I'm learning it on the food right now. I've got the cleaning, the home environment down. I'm learning this on my own health right now in my food choices. It's not an easy process, but taking it one step at a time and having this amazing group can make such a difference in helping and making the process easier and more fun. So food choices. Here's another one. Number 4, using essential oils. Boy, Thule was an oily dog. The benefits of essential oils to animals, dogs, cats, humans, all of us alike, are profound. And you can find so many different options and solutions that you can try without any adverse effects. Just make sure that you obviously are using high quality oils. And 2, be conscious of like certain types of oils aren't good for certain types of animals. And those are fairly well known. And I'm happy to go over those lists of different ones as well. But essential oils are fantastic. There's usage guidelines that you want to be very conscious of also, and precautions. Start them off slow. I have both kitties and doggies that just started on essential oils. And the first step is just having a diffuser in the room and putting the oil in it, and that's it. So they can become more familiar with it and comfortable around it. And then you start taking it to deeper steps and doing more with it. Thule, I gave her oils for everything. She ingested them. I gave her supplements, everything. She was an oily dog through and through, and it showed. It was pretty cool. And she just been like, what are we doing next, Mom? So essential oils. And here's here's an amazing option for you when you are having problems and your pup is anxious or upset. Here's one for you. Lavender essential oil, just diffusing it, having it around it, making a spray with it. And you could also pet them with it, or chamomile. Chamomile. Those two are so calming, and literally with both cats and dogs, there's like no adverse effects. They're just amazing, and they're so calming and soothing. So there's a tip on the essential oils. And number 5, one of my favorites, is crystals for a positive environment and for your dog. Using crystals with your pup. That is so fun. And it's so helpful. Have you ever thought about putting a rose quartz or a just regular quartz crystal in their water to supercharge it? You can. You can also put a rose quartz or an amethyst in their bed for calming them down at night, for sleeping. You can also put it on their collar. There's crystals that you can use with animals for everything. And it's just learning how to utilize crystals for what you're specifically looking for to elevate the energy in general, but what you're looking for, calming, soothing, energetic, however you want to do, you just start, there's ways that you can do that. And again, a lot of this stuff will be in the group, and we're going to be talking about crystals and other ways to supercharge your environment later on this week. I think that's on Thursday. So I'm going to put a sheet up in the group that let you know kind of what each live is about and the different topics for the days, and it will spread out a little bit, but you'll get that at least. And now my favorite crystals for dogs, and they're just so easy, is amethyst, rose quartz, and just your regular plain quartz crystal. Those are easy. They're so relaxing, so calming, and your pup's just going to love it. So I'd put one in bed. If I were you, I would have them around the home where they spend most of their time. And if you really want to supercharge it up, then drop a quartz crystal, or you can do any of the three, whichever they're feeling. If they're a little anxious or whatever, then put a rose quartz in their water. Regular quartz is fine. Any of those three, drop it in their water. Let me know how it goes. I love it. You'll notice major changes. So, practical tips, 5 practical tips for non-toxic living: non-toxic cleaning, natural pest control, healthy foods for your dogs and for you, using essential oils, and crystals. Now, all of this goes for both them and us. That's what makes it so much better. We're helping them, but in the same time, it's helping us live a better life also. And that is going to create a stronger, more beautiful bond with your pup. So now I want to just kind of go over a few things. If there's anybody has questions or anything like that, please feel free to leave it in the comments. I will answer as best I can in the group and outside the group. So leave questions. I'm going to try to figure out a way that we can ask questions while I'm going live, and then I can answer them live as well. But it's a learning experience, so we're going with it. So for now, just leave the comments. Leave it in the comments and I will answer them. If this is actually live on Instagram, then please, please, please wait till this posts in the group or on the page for you to leave your comments, because I lose all of that while I'm live. So please do that. So this is going to make this week so much better with questions and engagement and interaction. All right. So keep that in mind. I want you to not try. Trying basically is an excuse for not doing it. I would love to know what one thing out of everything that I talked about today, go out and implement today. Is it going to just looking at the ingredients in the products that you're currently using? Is it using a crystal with your pup? Is it putting an oil down and trying something like that with them? What is it? I encourage you to try one tip today of what we talked about. And if you're not in my High Vibe Dog Facebook group, then go join. And I'm so excited to be helping you. This week is all about giving, and I want to see the results and share your stories, share what's going on. And I'm so excited to have you guys here. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you so much for watching. This is awesome. It's starting off wonderful. Thank you for being a part of this. And I'm so excited to continue for the rest of the week. 7 days. This goes through next Sunday. And I have an amazing announcement that I'm going to be giving out, talking about next Sunday as well. And if you can be on live every single day, you're going to get a special gift. So live every day. If you watch the video every single day, you're going to get an amazing gift at the end. So it has to be all 7 days. And then I will reach out to you, and I'm going to keep track of this. And I'm going to reach out to you, and you're going to get a special surprise. And then I'm also going to be announcing 2 other things on Sunday as well from this entire week. There's going to be workbooks, ebooks on a variety of different topics that are going to be great resources for you inside the group, and just a lot of content and connection. So with that said, have an amazing, beautiful day. And remember to always, always create something magnificent with your fur baby, with your pup. And I'm excited to see you all on the next live. Thank you so much. And now, I appreciate you being here.